When it comes to buying ammo, there is a lot of problems throughout this country, from state to state, on kind of how all that plays out. And if you look at really what the banks are doing, combined with a lot of the anti-Second Amendment local jurisdictions are doing, and really even what the federal government is doing, there's a lot of reasons why you need to be careful how you buy ammo. And now what we're seeing is, especially in these very pro-Second Amendment states, including my home state of Missouri, is we're seeing these ammo vending machines pop up. And it feels like, look at us exercising our freedom using these vending machines. But I'm here to tell you, there are some warnings that must be said about these vending machines. There are certain ones you definitely do not want to use. Now, before we get into this, I do want to take a moment and thank those of you who are patrons to this channel for supporting this channel, because it's very difficult as a gun channel, and it's very difficult as a spiritual channel, and it's very definitely, when you throw in family values in the mix, it's really hard to battle against the algorithms and the new rules as they pop up in YouTube. And patrons allow me to just have the freedom to put out the content that seems necessary and not worry about those things. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a patron. Please consider being a patron. It definitely helps these messages get out there. All right, now what are we getting at? Well, many vending machines, ammo vending machines specifically, many of them just take cash. You just put cash in, it gives you some bullets. Those are okay. I don't have a problem with any of those. And I think that's kind of the idea of being more free, is you're taking out the human equation. You don't have to interact with a human. You don't have to show your ID. Where the warning comes into play is there's also many vending machines that require you to scan your ID. And I've always said, there's a few things you don't want to do when you're buying ammo. And one of them is, if you can avoid having your ID scanned, you should avoid having your ID scanned. So in many of these vending machines, it starts with a scanning of your ID. Then it moves on to facial recognition. And then it puts your face through some sort of system that then tells them who you are and if it's okay for you to buy ammo or not. This is where I have a major problem with it, and I would definitely not be using ammo vending machines that have that sort of system, because number one, what is that system? Where is your face going? And who's checking it? And then what kind of records are being kept based on how many times you use that vending machine? And then to top it all off, then many of them you can credit card only. Now, the big problem with all of that is you don't want to scan your ID. You don't want facial recognition. You definitely don't want to use your credit card to buy ammo. Well, why? Because in 2022, between MasterCard and Visa, there were 5.1 million red flag alerts sent to sheriffs throughout this country. 5.1 million. So, if you went out and you bought, let's say you're taking a class and you need 1,000 rounds of 9mm because the instructor said so, and you go out and you buy a couple thousand rounds. Well, boom, MasterCard now has red flagged you, and they send a report to your local sheriff. And depending on where you live, that local sheriff could just take your guns before due process because of red flag laws, which are by far the most unconstitutional thing that there is, or at least the most anti-Second Amendment thing there is, for sure. So here's really the warnings on the vending machines. Is the concept is, oh, look at our, we're exercising our freedom, we're exercising our constitutional rights. But then you're just running into these things, don't scan your ID to buy ammo. Don't use your credit card to buy ammo. Definitely don't stand there and smile for a picture as they run your face through facial recognition. These are the things you want to avoid when you're buying ammo. Like, it's better to go to a human and give them cash than it is to go to a machine and have all that done. It really is. So, again, Are the ammo vending machines a good idea? Sure, why not? But just if you can avoid those things, that's what you want to avoid. And even before these ammo vending machines popped up, I've said, you know, what are the 3 things you want to avoid when buying ammo? Don't scan your ID. Don't use credit cards. You know, these are some basics. Not because like you have anything to hide, and that's not what this is about. It's because of all the ridiculous anti-Second Amendment red flag things happening. That's why, so you don't find yourself caught in the system of anti-Second Amendment efforts. That's really why, you know, so I'm definitely not insinuating and we'll go, you know, you got ammo to hide, because you shouldn't have to hide it. But unfortunately, here we are. And I just want to bring that number up, 5.1 million red flag alerts sent to local sheriffs in 2022 alone. So if you find yourself at your local grocery store checking out and you go, oh look, I need ammo and there's an ammo vending machine, just just takes cash and you get ammo, that's great. But if it's asking you to insert your ID and then stand there and pose for a picture and then insert your credit card, it ain't nothing to do with that. I want nothing to do with that. I tell you, you don't either, is my recommendation. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on any of this, definitely put that below. And to be quite honest, just on a side note, if you live in a very pro-Second Amendment state, they shouldn't be allowing those machines in that state, to be quite honest. So it just feels like kind of a hidden danger there that, that sends up red flags to me. You want to scan my face, you want to scan my ID, and now you want to scan my credit card to buy ammo? Not interested. So again, any thoughts or insight, definitely put that below. Again, those of you who support this channel, the patrons, thank you for that. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.